you prepare to rig the Victory for sailing, you should make sure that you have the proper equipment aboard. You'll need a life vest for every member of everybody on the boat. You'll also need a throw cushion, a life preserver, and that should be up in the cockpit as you sail. You'll need a flare kit, which includes the launcher, the cartridges, and a whistle and a reflecting mirror. In our case, we used a whistle instead of a horn in the boat. Then you'll need a paddle in case the wind dies, which it does sometimes, and it'll help you get back into the dock if your wind is down. Then you need a boarding ladder. This is not a Coast Guard requirement, but we use it for an emergency. Just hang it on a winch when you need it. We also need a anchor and a bailing bucket. Bailing buckets take different forms. This is a nice round one. The anchor is usually in a bag in the cuddy. Then when you're ready to rig, you get the jib out of the cuddy and put it on the foredeck so for ready to be mounted. And then we're going to take the cover off of the mainsail and roll it up and put it away in the cuddy as well. You have to untie the top part because that ties around to keep the thing sealed for water and moisture running down it. Then you unclip the front of it and ease it back over the other side of the mast. Then you go roll it up from the back end and put it in the cuddy out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is to take the jib halyard free from the foredeck where it's stowed so that it won't make noise banging against the mast, and for the moment tie it off so that it doesn't blow away when you need it. Then you take the sail out of the bag, throw the bag back into the cockpit to be put in the cuddy, and then you begin to hank the sail onto the forestay. Those little shackles can be kind of hard on your fingertips, but if you're a boat captain, you can go around and lubricate those once in a while, make it easier for the people to do. When you're all done with that, we're going to go get that halyard again to hook onto the head of the sail. We're going to take the jib sheets, coil them and throw them into the back of the boat on both sides so that they'll be, you're going to feed them through the blocks later. Now we're going to untie the halyard to hook to the jib, and the hauling part and the shackle are tied together again in order to store the thing, and the halyard itself is probably wrapped around the shrouds to keep it away from the mast again. So make sure you've got that all cleared and it runs free. Then take both ends, go forward again and hook that to the head of the sail. Then when that's hooked up, then you secure the halyard again until such time as you're going to be ready to raise the jib. Now the next thing is to take the bow line, which is going to get in the way and fall over the side if you don't do something with it. Throw it underneath the jib sheets back into the cockpit, and we'll put it away in a while. Then we're going to undo the main halyard and get it ready and hook it to the main. Like the jib sheet, the shackle's been tied off to the hauling part so that you can tie it in, and it's been wrapped around the stay to keep it away from the mast. So you unhook the shackle from the loop on the hauling part, and once you get that thing loose, don't let go of it. Hang on to it, because that little guy can go flying to the top of the mast very easily and cause you a lot of problems. And you undo the rest of the knot. Make sure that the halyard is unwrapped from around the shrouds, and that the wire part is between the lazy jacks. And then run it back and forth a few times to make sure that it's free and running through the pulleys well. Then you hook it to the mainsail headboard. The grommet nearest the mast is the one to use, although it wouldn't make a lot of difference which one you use. Then again, we're going to tie that off until we're ready to raise the main. Then the downhaul has been tied up to hold the boom up while the thing was covered. So we just lift up on the boom to take the tension off, untie that knot, and make sure that the downhaul is hanging down, ready to use. Then you check to make sure that the boom vang is free and that the lazy jacks are open and free. Then we'll go back to the cockpit and feed the jib sheets through the jib blocks and tie a figure-8 knot in the end so that they won't go back through the jib blocks when you don't want them to, and make sure everything is untangled and ready to run. Go over to the port side and do the same thing with the other jib sheet. Figure-8 knot, and then pull it and set it to make sure it isn't hooked around a winch or something. Ready to run. Now we can take that bow line that you threw back, coil it up, and throw it into the cuddy. If you need it from up in the front, you can always pull it forward from up forward. And you throw the tiller cover in, and we'll go to work on the main sheet. Main sheet is usually attached to the boom with a clove hitch or similar knot. Sometimes the figure-8 knot is not tied in the end, so if it's not, you're going to have to tie it. Then you unwind the main sheet to make sure it's free to run before you start. Then you look at the topping lift to make sure that it's secured and will hold the boom, because you're going to unhook the boom lift and hook it to the backstay. Now you should snug up on the main sheet at this point and cleat it so the boom doesn't move where you don't want it to. Then you check the backstay adjustment, make sure that the marks are aligned and it has the proper tension on it. Now, we're not in the right position to go in this case, but we're going to raise the jib as if we were anyway. So you haul it up, just take the halyard off the cleat, haul it up, and when you get toward the end, you'll find a block there, line going through the block, or if it isn't, you can put it through. To give you a little block and tackle purchase to help you raise the boom the final way, the sail the rest of the way, and to put a little tension on it. You'll vary that tension as you sail for getting your best sail shape. Then you want to coil that remaining extra halyard and put it between the halyard and the mast so that you can pull it free from the back if you need to.